Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about why sustainable concrete cannot penetrate concrete market. The presentation is presented by me, Lateef Naja Assi, and I am a professor in Al Mustaqbal University College and I am a research affiliate in University of South Carolina. The presentation is presented to the 9th International Workshop on Advances in Cleaner Production. So the outline, so I'm going to talk about the background, then our previous work and findings, then objectives and survey result, and finally the overall conclusions. So the background, we know that a lot of attention has been paid for the global warming, and the main reason is because of the CO2 emission, and a lot of studies show that the Portland cement is responsible between 7 to 10% of the CO2 emission. Therefore, the need for alternative cement is essential. So, alkali activated fly ash concrete is considered as a sustainable concrete because it's not only reduce CO2 emission but also utilize some waste materials such as fly ash. And you can see here in the figure more than 53% of the fly ash hasn't been utilized. So the geopolymer concrete is or sustainable concrete that we are using is consists of an activating solution such as sodium silicate, sodium hydroxide, or mixture of silica fume and sodium hydroxide, and a source of aluminum silicate such as the fly ash, and fine and coarse aggregate. So our previous findings, first we focus on the improving the mechanical properties. So you can see here, once we change the activating solution from sodium silicate to silica fume based activating solution, the common strength was improved from 60,000 from 60 megapascal up to 120 megapascal by more than 40%. And however, the only problem with this concrete is the need for the external heat. It has to be subjected to 70 CLZ for 24 hours. So our next step is to eliminate the need for external heat, and we by introducing 5%, 5 to up to 15% of Portland cement. So the need for external heat was removed, and the initial and final constraint was also improved. Also, we reached up to 65 megapascal. Another problem that we fix is the initial and final setting time. The main problem with the sustainable concrete, and specifically our concrete, is the initial and final settings time is very short, within 7 minutes. So we introduce between 3 to 9% of sugar, and we found out the initial and final setting time was enhanced by more than 120 by more than 60 minutes, which is really very good in using this concrete in ready mix. So the second thing that we checked is the cost, and we found out the cost of our concrete is much higher than Portland cement concrete, which means this really hinder the penetration of this concrete in the market. Most of the customers focus on the cost and then the properties. So we introduced a new mix design by reducing the ratio of sodium hydroxide, which is the main reason for this high cost, and we reduce the cost by 40%. So in this presentation, my main objectives is to investigate first why sustainable concrete cannot penetrate concrete market. The second thing, how potentially widen the real application of sustainable concrete. So first of all, we took samples for doing the survey. I choose a variety of civil engineering. Most of them are in the field engineer, construction engineer. Some of them decision maker. Some of them also working closely with the concrete. And I took also some academic people. So your first question was, please rate your familiarity with each of the following. So we asked them about to rate geopolymer concrete, sustainable concrete, and high volume uh, fly ash concrete, which is, I mean, part of the Portland cement replaced by fly ash. So you can see here, majority of them don't know about the geopolymer concrete and also about sustainable concrete. They don't know what is it. And however, many of them knew about the fly ash concrete. So you can see, I mean, fly ash, the sustainable concrete, still few of them know. The third question was asking them about the comparison. About we asking about the properties of the Portland cement, how they are, how familiar they are. So we found out most of them are familiar with the properties of the Portland cement concrete, which is very expected answer. Then we asked them about how much they are familiar about uh, the properties of the sustainable concrete, and we found out most of them they don't know about this the strength, for example, about the strength, or many of them they think is not easy to access and get in the market. And many of them they don't know that it's durable. However, most of them they know environmental friendly and reputable, and I think this is because of the name. Sustainable concrete is mean, or cement means that is environmentally friendly. So the fifth question was asked them about the uh, properties of the sustainable concrete specifically. I mean, they divided, and we found out most of them they don't know about it, and or they think that they have a properties less than the Portland cement properties. However, the real result we found out, sustainable concrete has very good properties, and some of them better than the Portland cement concrete. And also, we asked them about how likely to purchase the geopolymer or the sustainable concrete. And we found out most of them they are not ready to buy it because they don't know about the properties, and also most of them they don't think it's available. So you can see here majority of them they are extremely unlikely or unlikely also. So then we ask them about how could they get the information about a new concrete or new product. So we found out most of them they get it from the convention conference, and some of them get it from beers here. So I think if we need to target them, we should target them about to advertise for our concrete. We should think about the convention, or also think getting to let people know so they can transfer the information to others. So our overall conclusion also we found that the system concrete can achieve very good properties, very good mechanical properties, and the early and final consistency is very good in comparison with the Portland cement concrete. However, most of the engineer they don't know about it, and also majority of them they think has less properties. So our best advice is to conduct marketing and communication plan. So here, if you have any question, please email me on my email, lassi at email at sca.edu. If you have any suggestion, I would be happy to listen to. And thank you for listening and watching.